Hello, everyone. We are excited to be here with you all. It is election day, so we are so excited. It's not?
No, we are a week behind.
Well, we're recording on election day.
It was election day. Well, today when you are watching, it was election day.
Last week,
last Tuesday. Don't get people confused now.
Okay, so how about this? This we do know. Like the channel.
Right.
Like this video.
Moving along, yes.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like us on Facebook. Get in the comment section and share us with all of your family and all of your friends.
All of them. Everybody. Everybody should be watching.
Everyone should be.
I mean, if we have people from Venezuela, Dominican Republic,
yes.
Girl, you're global.
This and
you
that global. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have people in Spain watching, so thank you so very much. You said Venezuela.
Yes.
Thank you very
Dominican
much.
Republic.
Thank you so much. And all over the United States.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So how you be? How are you?
I be fine. Good. And you?
I'm doing well. I'm
Okay.
doing well. Trying to kind of like, because, okay, since you put it out there that we are recording on election day, you know, like just trying to figure out what may be, what may be it.
You mean like the outcome?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that we're just in such a politically charged time where I think whatever happens, someone is going to be upset by it.
Yeah, always.
Whatever the outcome. I don't know. That's why I just have to defer to something higher.
So you're deferring.
Yeah, I'm deferring.
I guess if you don't have control over it,
You
right?
don't have control
All you can do
over
is
it.
do your part. And
Do your part
we
and
voted.
vote. Yeah, we did vote. I took my sticker off,
Me
but
too.
I handled business.
we did.
And,
Early, too.
Early, yep.
Mhm.
Got it out of the way. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad that I was able to be responsible and do my civic duty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, talking about politics, right?
Which
But not
I don't
talking-
want to talk about politics.
Talking about politics, but not talking about politics.
Right.
Because we're not going to get into politics.
Right. Okay. All right.
However, I have been wondering, so will you be able to have a close and healthy relationship with someone who has political views that are different than yours?
That is an excellent question. So when you say close and healthy, are you referring to a friendship or
A healthy friendship? Or, well, let's start with your significant other.
Yes. So
Okay.
the big answer is yes.
Okay.
However, if I can be honest,
Yes.
I don't know, like within the past 90 days, no. Prior to everything that has transpired, I'm just not happy. I'm seeing a lot of things play out that's just very heartbreaking. And I say that to say, all right, so it depends on political view, yes. Political view, yes. I can differ from you politically and still have a healthy relationship with you if it's a significant other.
Okay.
But when it comes to, I think a lot of what we're seeing playing out is not politics. I mean, I think it goes beyond politics, and it comes down to like fundamental beliefs.
Okay.
And in order to have a healthy relationship with you, for me, I would at least have to have some shared morals and values. We have to agree fundamentally on certain things, you know? So if that's not there, then I don't know how we could be together. And so for an example of a shared belief or fundamental thing that we must agree on is just to treat others with respect and kindness. Like, do right by your neighbor. If that's not there, I don't know how I'm going to be able to build a life with you if we don't agree on that fundamentally. Doing right by others, treating people with dignity and respect, regardless of how
Your
I
political
believe.
stance
Exactly.
maybe.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I understand why you said that maybe 90 days prior to this date,
Yeah.
maybe it would have been easier
Yeah.
to have a healthy relationship with someone who has different views of certain things. Because even though a lot of what we have seen kind of crosses that line from political, like, okay, is this really political? Is this just more something else? A lot of people attach that, like, one thing to the other. Okay, so just to be a little more clear, like, for example, some people feel that a political person or a person running for office, right, may carry the same beliefs that they do. However, not always and not 100%.
Right.
It's like picking and choosing. Because nobody's perfect.
Right.
Right? And you have two human beings running for office, and we're talking about right now will be presidential and also for the House. We have delegates running for the House.
Right.
So these are human beings, right? They are not perfect.
Right.
And I don't think, or I'm going to speak for me, not one person is going to see and perceive things the way I see and perceive things, right?
Correct. So there's not one person is going to pretty much embody or encapsulate all of your viewpoints and perspectives.
They're not going to fulfill everything that I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
So we have to kind of pick and choose. And I guess prior, I can say the word.
Prior.
We have to pretty much like decide what is more important to us.
Prioritize.
Yeah. Thank you. What is more important to us, right? What are some things that we can tolerate, some things that we can, I can deal with this, and what are the things that I'm like, that we are absolutely not.
Right.
You have to kind of carry this vision for me as the person who's going to represent me, either as a president, as a delegate, as a senate, whatever, whatever position that is. So how about a friendship? Are you able to continue to have healthy relationships or friendships with people who may either have changed their stand for whatever reason because they have chose and picked what they think is important to them, and those things now differ from yours?
Yes. And no, I mean, so still with friendships, it's still a very intimate relationship, right?
Right.
For me, it would be best and beneficial for both of us to keep an open mind and to be curious. So I will always ask questions sometimes as to kind of like why you may believe the way you believe.
Right.
And I'm certain I'll be asked, maybe the same will be asked of me. But having that open mind and realizing that you can't change anyone.
Right.
May help us to navigate the situation better. Again, I will say if you have a different political view from me, absolutely 100% all day. Yes, we can have a healthy relationship, friendship, whatever. But if it come to me, when it starts to border those moral and ethical issues in terms of, okay, so we're condoning violence, or we're condoning treating others poorly and badly. No, so then that would kind of make me question, like, well, what happened? Because that's not that's not you.
That's not who I met.
That's not who I met. That's
when
not
I
the version.
You my friendship.
Listen, when I say, "Do you want to be my friend?" Yes or no, and you checked yes, and we became friends. That's not what I saw. Because I would not attach myself to anyone like that agrees that it's okay to treat someone else differently or inappropriately just because they are a Democrat or just because they are a Republican or an independent or whatever, just because they believe differently. I don't roll like that. But so I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you did. It's just more questions.
Yeah, they flow, right?
They keep.
What about
you?
Can you be a friend?
Yes, I mean, I think a lot of what you said pretty much aligns to how I feel.
Yeah.
Can I have a friendship with anybody? Yes. However, there are some things that I'm willing to, negotiate.
Right.
Or tolerate. And there
Correct.
are some things that I absolutely know I will not sacrifice this part of me.
Right.
To have a friendship with you.
Right.
And it really depends on what those things are, because I am learning that just because you may, so let's say for example, if I have a friend and that friend attaches himself, herself to someone who may violate those things that are important to me, and I will not endorse that person, will not agree with that person,
right.
But my friend happens to endorse that person, it doesn't necessarily mean that my friend
right.
is an image of that person. I will have to understand, like you mentioned before, and I like that you mentioned the open, having an open mind.
Yeah.
Having those conversations of why.
Why?
Tell me why, so I can understand. So I can understand why. I want to be able to understand why. Because, to be a little more open and clear, do I think that everybody who associates themselves politically to certain candidate, do I believe that everybody's racist? No. Do I believe that a lot of people who associate themselves with this person have bias? Yes. Do I believe that a lot of people may have stereotypes? Yes.
Yeah.
And do I believe that a lot of people are naive?
Yes.
Yes. So I have learned that throughout this last year.
Yeah.
With everything that we have seen and we have witnessed, and having friends from all of the spectrum, everywhere in the spectrum, and having those conversations with those who are far out in the spectrum or way in the opposite side of the spectrum from where I stand. And being able to have those conversations and ask the question, okay, well, tell me why, because I really want to understand. Why do you think that way? Why do you feel that way? Because.
And it's funny you say that, and because when I said, be curious and have an open mind and just kind of maybe ask those questions, talk about it, ask why. I know some people will probably think, well, to put a boundary or a safeguard in the friendship or the relationship is to kind of maybe not talk about it. Just kind of maybe stay away from it and just focus on those things, that you may share or
common, the things that you may have in common.
Yeah. But going back to the marriage, there is a statistic that was published in 2016, and it was found in an article called 538. And so two scientists collaborated, and they did a study, and it showed that 30% of married households contain a mismatch partisan pair. So they were mismatched.
Okay.
So the husband and wife
may have different political views.
Different political views.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I think it's, and there are certain things that maybe as friends, you may have that, may have made that conscious decision, or collectively have decided, hey, there are some topics that we are not going to talk about because I kind of have that agreement sort of with a friend of mine, but it comes to religion. Like,
Okay.
you know, I have my strong beliefs and I believe what I believe. And she believes what she believes.
Right.
And they don't align 100%. And what she's extremely strong and passionate about, I'm strongly passionate about the opposite.
Right.
So we have decided, you know what, that's a conversation that we don't have to have.
Mm-hmm.
But we are speaking of, you know, it's religion.
Correct.
You know.
And even with, so that's the thing, so certain things like religion or other various things where there's differences, that can be the beauty in the relationship, where you can appreciate differences of opinions and perspectives, and that would sort of cultivate the empathy standpoint. But there are certain things like where our differences, I just can't see if it, like when it comes to those fundamental things I talked about, mistreating someone.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That's. Like, I mean, that's not political. That's not.
Yeah. That's
just
a character.
Dude.
Like,
I mean, if you an asshole, you an asshole. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know that has nothing to do with anything else. It just doesn't.
Yeah, and I see no value to that. Like, that doesn't add value to me.
But
understanding how you believe, why you believe in terms of a higher power, lack thereof, that offers different perspective.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So those things that you can appreciate where your differences can actually be strengths in the relationship.
Yeah, and I believe in, you know, I always tell anyone who I have the opportunity to tell is you can have whatever beliefs you want to have. You can have, you can conduct yourself or have whatever preferences you want to have.
Right.
Socially, as far as they are not intended to offend or hurt someone else.
Absolutely.
So if you're not hurting someone else and if your intention is not to offend anyone else, hey, do you.
Do you.
Do you. You know, the fundamental moral value is that are you doing this because you are intending to create harm?
Absolutely.
In any way, psychological, physical, whatever.
Absolutely.
To your neighbor or to the next person or the person you see in the streets or whoever.
Right.
Are you promoting violence?
Right.
Are you promoting anything that may put somebody else at risk? Then we have to, like, those are those things where it's like, okay, we can do this. Now, if you, as a person, if you want to decide, when you decide who you want to attach yourself to, if you feel that one thing, right, is more to you, is more important than something else. Like, if you are willing, because that's another question, like, what about if you have a friend who, yes, they share the same values as you, yes, they have the same political views, social views as you, however, they flip-flop. They seem to kind of go depending on personally, what's fulfilling them personally or what brings them personal gratification, or what is convenient, or what protects their own personal assets. So kind of a little selfish, like, yeah, I'm willing to oversee this right here because at the end of the day,
I'm understanding it
because
now.
at the end of the day, this person is protecting my assets
in taxes or something like that,
right?
So I can overlook it. So, what's your question to that?
So, are you able to continue to have a healthy relationship with someone who you see, you consciously can see, it's obvious that this person is really going to go, yeah, one day they're all about for the cause, and, you know, yes, we shouldn't be people who are harming other people, but tomorrow, because that may not be convenient to them, they kind of change their views.
A double-minded person is unstable in all of their ways.
In all of their ways, forever ways.
That's Bible. So, I mean, again, I would just have to be asking those questions as to why. I don't know. I mean, that's really tough. It's really tough. I would really want to know what's going on. What's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I mean, my answer to that is the answer that I stated before to being with the significant other. If fundamentally we disagree on those humanistic pieces, then it would be very hard for me to engage with you and to do life with you on any level.
Mm-hmm.
That's intimate.
Mm-hmm.
I can work with you. I mean, we can, whatever. I can occupy the same space with you, but to do life with you and to allow you in, that would be really difficult because we don't value life the same. And my only question to that person would be, what would make me any different? What makes me different? You know? Because if you flipping floppy like that, I mean, one day you could see me in a whole different light, you know.
Or you can already be seeing me in a different
You
light. But what are
can.
you getting out of me that you want to pretend you see me differently?
So yeah. It's crazy, but there are some therapists who offered some, I guess, tips going back to marriages, but maybe in a friendship you can use it as well. Assume the best out of your partner. They say if you have different political views, assume the best out of your partner. Assume that they have genuinely a good intent as to why they believe the way they believe. We talked about this a little bit. Understanding your shared values, asking questions. Keep emotional reactivity in check. So this requires a level of emotional intelligence that you have to have.
Yes.
You'll soon realize whether or not you have it or you don't have it, right?
And we try to teach our children to have it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Know your deal breakers. That's a good one. Know your deal breakers. Acknowledge distress when you have it, and as you mentioned, there are some things that we will not tolerate, in relationships.
Yep.
And consider therapy.
And everybody.
No, seriously though.
No, seriously.
Consider therapy.
Everybody should receive some sort of counseling or therapy because it's something that adds value.
It does.
To your mental health, to your emotional state. I wish everybody could have the opportunity to experience what it's like to receiving therapy at different levels of the lives in their lives. So let me ask you this, and then we can move on if you wish. But have you ever been in that situation? So we are Black women. So have you ever been in a situation where you have a friend from a white friend?
A white friend.
And as a Black woman, you either don't see eye to eye with your white friend, and you are forced to have those difficult conversations with your friend, or
no.
Okay.
No, but I can say that I've had white acquaintances and associates that I did not know they believed the way they believed.
Gotcha. Which way? Both ways?
Well, like reinforcing and supporting things that are contrary to like a humanistic approach.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. But explain to them what you mean. To our friends.
Meaning that I've had associates that I did not know that they agreed with inciting violence and hurting others. So, I mean, I had no clue because I'm always treated with respect and dignity, and I just assumed that was the outlook. That was a general outlook that you have for people. So that was a little, not a little, it was really disappointing.
I can see, yeah.
Knowing, imagining and learning that they felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have your view of white people changed throughout the years, going back to your childhood and now as an adult, or has it remained the same?
No, I mean, no. My view of white people has not changed at all. It hasn't changed
Okay.
because I think people are people regardless of the color of their skin. And I think there is ignorance and bias and bigotry that lies within all races and cultures. And
yes.
so no, it's not a white person thing at all. At all. So no, I don't feel any type of way about a particular group.
Right.
At all. This thing is very tailored and specific to a person.
Right.
This is about character.
Right.
Right. This is not about color or race at all. So no.
Yeah, and that's what I think. That's what we need to teach our children.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not a white thing. It's not a black thing. It's not a Hispanic thing. You
Exactly.
know, you are going to find good and evil in every group. It's just in every
Yes.
group, and you're going to find those assholes in every group. And
Yes.
you're going to find, even with racism. I mean, you are going to find it anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in some places, it's more prevalent than in other places. You know, some countries focus more on class than race, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Right.
Right? And we all have bias. We all have stereotypes.
Yeah.
But it's all about what do we do with those things when they pop in our head. Are we acting on them?
Absolutely.
Or are we checking ourselves?
Absolutely.
And that comes from, again, from a black person towards a white person, from a Hispanic person towards a black person, from a black person towards a Hispanic person. Is, you know, we know we're going to have those bias, but when in those stereotypes, because sometimes, unfortunately, society already framed those things for us.
Yes.
So it's just checking ourselves.
Absolutely.
Where is this coming from? Why am I thinking and feeling this way? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Self-awareness.
Self-awareness. Let's take a moment and really think about this.
I like it.
Before we, you know, either react one way or the other. Because, again, we have to teach the new generation and our new, you know, the ones coming up, our beautiful children. Not every white person is racist.
Yes.
Not every black person is a thug.
Yes.
Or, you know, not every Hispanic person is a rapist or a criminal.
Yes.
You know, it's all of that.
Yes.
You can find it within one group of people.
Absolutely.
So just be aware. We just need to learn how to really love each other. And if we cannot even get it to loving each other, like I have mentioned before, respect. Let's respect each other.
Absolutely. And that is a great place, I think, to end that conversation, just with that reminder, just respecting one another. Absolutely. So I enjoyed that.
You did?
I did.
I'm glad that you did. It means that you're going to be in a great mood because today we're going to do things a little differently. See? I'm going to beat you to this would you rather question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have some questions. I'm going to teach you. This is how the game should be played.
Okay.
Let me teach you something.
Okay.
You ready?
And I'm going to teach you how the game should be played, how you answer. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Alrighty. So, question number 1. All right. Would you rather? I'm saying it right. Would you rather laugh uncontrollably, like you have no control, you're just laughing even during inappropriate times, or never get sad? Now, see, with the first option, right? Not like laughing uncontrollably. If this is not including, like, if you go to a funeral, if somebody dies, because then that wouldn't be right. Okay.
Okay.
So you kind of have that card that you can play, like
I can think about that.
You can think about that.
Okay.
And then with the sad, with never get sad, that doesn't apply to like your children. Like if your children are sad, you still can get sad with your children.
Oh.
So which one would you rather?
Would I rather laugh uncontrollably or to never get sad?
Mm-hmm. But keeping in mind that even with those options, you have sub-options. Like you have other options.
Oh my God. See, that's what I'm saying. This is why it's not right, because it's too... Okay. I would probably rather to laugh uncontrollably. I love to laugh.
Okay, even during inappropriate times.
Because you said something like not at a funeral, right?
Yeah, but is that the only time that it
No,
would be inappropriate for you to burst out laughing?
You said laugh uncontrollably.
Yeah. And
Okay.
remember how you laugh.
No. Yeah, I like to laugh.
Loud and...
Yes. Yeah. But I don't want to mute any of my feelings.
Okay.
So I want to feel. I don't want any of my feelings to be restricted because I think sadness can be an indicator of something. So I don't want to lose that. So yeah, laugh uncontrollably.
Inside Out, right?
Inside Out.
Best movie ever. One of the best movies
Yeah.
ever. Yes. Okay, because okay, let's move on. I have so many Disney movies in my head that I want to call out. Question number 2. Would you rather go for a bike ride in the woods, or would you rather go for a walk in an isolated field? Now, if you go in the bike ride in the woods, you may hear very scary noises.
Oh, Lord.
Very, very scary noises. And if you pick to go on a walk in an isolated field, you may see clowns popping up like randomly.
This is not how you play the game.
Of course, you're giving options to the person. Like,
This is the remix. Okay, I'm going to say I would rather walk in an isolated field.
okay, and just have clowns popping up.
Yeah.
And the clowns may, they may be killer.
No, Mercedes.
Clowns.
No, this is not how you play the game. But no, I have questions,
Okay.
and I don't have options.
And I have all of the answers.
Okay, ready?
Sure.
We're gonna start out simple. This should be, what do I like to say, y'all? Straight up. Stop cheating.
Straight to the point. I can't even see.
Oh, straight up.
Mhm.
All right. Where is it? Okay, would you rather watch a horror movie or watch a comedy?
Oh, that's easy for me. I like scary movies.
Okay.
Wait.
See?
When? Because I used to love scary movies, but for the past
God.
year, I have been trying to stay away because somebody put in my head that when you watch too many scary movies, you kind of opening the portal or something. And then I was like, okay, I shouldn't watch scary movies.
So you want to watch a comedy?
Depends on who's in the comedy, because some comedy is not comedy.
Like, we still don't have our answer. I'm gonna go with a horror movie because that's what she said at first. It's only when it gets tougher.
Oh, you don't like scary.
No.
You don't like scary.
Comedy.
Okay. Even if it's a whack, like corny
Comedy. Okay. Would you rather find
people like to settle. I don't like to settle. Go on.
Would You are ridiculous. Would you like to find $100 floating in a public toilet or find $5 in your pocket?
I am not putting my head in a public toilet. That I can answer
Okay.
with no. Yep.
$5 in your pocket?
Yes. And I found $1 in my. Remember how happy I was?
Yeah,
Because I found $1 in my purse.
Yeah. Would you rather lose all of your money and valuables
All of my money and valuable.
or all of the pictures you've ever taken?
Like pictures of me.
All of the pictures you've ever taken, so that could include
My
you,
children?
family, yeah. All of. Haven't you taken pictures of all of them? All of the pictures you've ever taken,
Or all of my valuables.
or all of your money or valuables.
What is my house included? My car?
Is that a valuable?
Of course. I mean, I need a place to live.
Okay.
Like everything.
Everything.
Lord. Well, you know what? I'm going to say all the pictures I have taken because I have it in the cloud.
See? See how that works?
They're in the cloud.
All right.
Okay, so I can pull them from the cloud.
All right.
Even though you didn't give me that as an option.
But that's how
I
you
thought about that on
rationalize.
my own.
See, that's what you're supposed to do. Would you rather be the strongest person in the world or the fastest person in the world?
Fast. Am I strong and slow? Like super slow? Am I fast and I kind of have some strength in me?
That's the question.
It depends on what is the situation.
Okay,
Am I running away from something, or do I have to kind of like pick something up because something fell on me? And
I don't have an answer to any of those questions.
do I rather be really fast or be really strong?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to say I rather be
She can't do it. She cannot do it,
because
y'all.
all of these different scenarios pop in my head, and I need to be one specific one of those. I have to have a specific skill for the different scenarios popping in my head. Am I running away from something? Like seriously, like a few weeks ago when you asked me, do I rather be chased by a dog or a bear or something?
Uh-huh.
Well, in that situation, I want to be fast.
Okay. Which skill would you rather have? What do you think would be most valuable to you?
My life in
You're
Virginia,
Uh-huh.
in the Hampton Roads.
Yeah.
Be strong or be fast? I'm going to say strong because it's not like I can't run anywhere anyway. I'm going with...
Gonna go with strong.
I guess.
Awesome. So you did it.
Did I?
I mean, we completed it. We got through. You know,
I
we had
answered
to.
the question.
Yeah, we had to jump some hurdles, but we got there. We got to the finish line.
Where are
everyone.
you getting these questions from?
Manya?
It is Manya.
No, it's not. That was so cute. No, it's not, though. That was so cute.
Because you're asking me the questions. So,
Why would I tell? Why?
because I need to. Okay.
So, we have fun and enjoyed you all today. We enjoyed one another. So, do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Like this video. Share us.
Share. Comment. Share. If you have people, family members, friends who live in other places of Earth, please tell them to watch. We really want to be global. We want to expand outside of where we are now.
Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter.
Yes, guys. And remember, life doesn't have to be this or that. It should be this and that.
Adios.
Bye.